My jealous brother-in-law steals our daughter's name, and when I reveal the meaning of that name to him, he regrets it and even demands that we pay to change our daughter's name. My wife and I had been trying for 6 years when we finally got pregnant. We'd been through 3 rounds of IVF, countless doctor's appointments, and more heartbreak than I want to remember. We'd spent over $30,000 on treatments. When we found out we were having a girl, we were absolutely over the moon. We chose Branwen after my Welsh great-aunt who raised me from age 7 when my parents died in a car accident. She taught me how to cook, helped me with homework every night, and worked 2 jobs to put me through college. She was everything to me. When she passed away 2 years ago at 89, she left me her entire estate worth $400,000 in her will. She was the most important person in my life, and naming our daughter after her felt like the only right choice. I posted about it on Facebook at 20 weeks, excited to share our joy with family and friends. I even posted a photo of my great-aunt holding me as a kid. My brother-in-law Jake messaged me 2 days later, saying they loved the name so much they were using it too for their daughter, who was due in just 3 weeks. I called him immediately. Dude, that's my aunt's name, the one who raised me and left me everything. He laughed. So what? It's a pretty name. We're taking it. You can pick something else. There's millions of names out there. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Jake, this isn't funny. That name means everything to me. First come, first served, brother, he said, and hung up on me. 10 minutes later, his wife texted my wife. You had 6 years to get pregnant. We got there first. Finders keepers. Pick a new name or deal with it. We're not changing ours. My wife cried for hours. I wanted to drive over there and confront them face to face, but we decided not to give them the satisfaction. We weren't changing our daughter's name for anyone, especially not for them. They had their baby 3 weeks later and named her Branwen Rose. The whole family congratulated them on Facebook. My mom even commented saying it was such a beautiful, unique name. Several relatives asked where they found such a special name. We stayed completely quiet and didn't respond to any of it. 4 months later, our Branwen Marie was born. She was perfect, healthy, and had my great-aunt's same dark brown eyes. We were exhausted but happier than we'd ever been in our entire lives. 2 days after we brought her home, Jake showed up at our house unannounced. He didn't even knock, just walked right in because my mom had given him our spare key years ago. This is ridiculous, he said, standing in our living room. You need to change her name right now. You're copying us. Everyone's going to think you're the weird ones who stole our idea. I was holding my newborn daughter, and my wife was recovering from a C-section on the couch. I'd had enough of his entitled attitude. That's when I walked over to my desk and pulled out my great-aunt's will. I'd read it 100 times over the past 2 years, but there was one clause I'd never mentioned to anyone in the family. I handed the document to Jake and watched him read it. What is this? He asked, looking confused. Read section 7, I said calmly. His eyes scanned the page, and I watched his face go from annoyed to confused to completely pale white. What the hell is this? He whispered. The clause stated that any child in our family named after Branwen receives $50,000 on their 18th birthday from her estate trust. My great-aunt had set it up years ago with her lawyer, hoping her name would live on in the family for generations. Your daughter, Branwen Rose, qualifies, I said. She'll get $50,000 when she turns 18. Thanks for naming her that. My aunt would have loved knowing her name lives on twice. He started screaming at me. You tricked me. You knew about this. You did this on purpose. This is your fault. I didn't trick anyone, I said calmly. You stole a name without asking what it meant to our family or why it was important. That's completely on you. You have to pay to change my daughter's name, he yelled. We can't have her getting money that should go to your kid. This whole mess is because of you. My great-aunt's lawyer would be thrilled to meet your Branwen in 18 years, I said. He handles the trust distribution. I'll give you his number if you want. Jake stormed out, slamming the door so hard our baby started crying in my arms. He hasn't spoken to us since, but his wife calls every few months begging for the money now instead of later. She says they desperately need it for their mortgage and their credit card debt. I tell her the same thing every single time. The trust pays out at 18. Those are the rules my aunt set up. You wanted the name so badly, now you get everything that comes with it.